See that 7.7, which is telling me it's milligames. It's not electric, so you've got something in the floor, right? So what I'm going to do is, it's usually a bit higher than this, yeah? It's usually in the 12s, 13s, but I can't find the exact spot. See it going up? 9.8, 9.9, so someone's obviously buried a doll in the floor. 10. So try and get the highest reading and I'll start. So about 10.1, which is 1 second, Arthur.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, yeah. At the minute it is, yeah, once I stop this. We've got cat ball action there, look. Look. You see it? So we've got more cat ball, like that cat ball's just obviously just going off now on its own. Keep. Cheers, Arthur, for that. There's some words up here you can choose if you want. In the Paravox, it's new. Yeah? So that's 6.2. 6.3.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well said, yeah. I can't believe you can see that. Use it in what way? Right, so we know it's to
outside.
Outside, right, yeah. So what you on about? Are they buried or something? They're buried outside. Is that what you were trying to mention?
No.
Oh, they're not? Right, okay. Yeah, that's it. England, well, yeah, we're in England, yeah. This is where we are, we're in Rochdale, actually.
Mummy.
Mummy? You talking about the white lady? I know what you mean, because I've seen her already.
Yes.
It is, right, yeah. I thought it was, yeah. What's she called, Arthur?
Mummy.
Mummy? Welcome to another video. That's right, we're doing a video. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Clegghall Boggart. So last night I did a live in front of one person or two people at the most. Now what's interesting here is some of the stuff that I captured whilst I was doing this live. So the live was about half an hour long. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you the full story, the full lowdown, the footage, everything that I can give you to get my points across in this video. So there's a place in Rochdale called Clegghall. I've been investigating this area for the last 3 years, and I'm going to show you some newspaper clippings in a minute about this area and about the tale that's told of this area. Yeah. Anyway, it goes along the story of there's actually supposed to be a Boggart at Clegghall because the area is so old. The Clegghall basically is a 16th century building. Now, what's interesting is nobody was ever called Clegg in this building ever. That's right. Yeah, there were no Cleggs in this building whatsoever, which is kind of strange, right? And why is it called Clegghall? Well, to be honest, yeah, I'm gonna show you everything in this video. The only thing I can tell you is some of the experiences I've had in this area and some of the information that I've captured throughout the history of me coming here. I've done so many videos in this location, and last night I thought, you know what, let's do a live. So, to cut a long story short, there is a lot of people don't know this, but there is a haunted object buried in the floor, which I think is a doll or some kind of Dybbuk box. I think this Dybbuk box or doll is something to do with, I can't be sure yet, but I'm assuming it's something to do with the deaths. So I'm assuming this doll is, was at Clegghall at one point, and maybe, I'm assuming again, it will take more time for me to understand more of this. that possibly contributed to the deaths of the young children that was thrown off the balcony as they were hoisted up and launched off the balcony at Clegghall, and there was obviously they must have died straight away. I think there was a war going on at the time, and this is why the orphans were placed here in the first place. He goes on to say about the uncle that killed them. I'll show you the newspaper clippings in a minute, and we'll go over the newspaper clippings, and then I'll show you some of the footage that I captured last night. So throughout this time, yeah, I've captured something called the White Lady. Now, the White Lady's not just related to this area. I think the White Lady's a generic thing, as this entity has popped up in also the United States too. But I think I'm the only person really to capture this White Lady. I'll show you a video of the White Lady as well, but there's quite a lot of information that you have to give in this video. So sometimes I go and speak to Arthur like I did last night, and I'll ask him whatever I need to ask him to try and find out more about this mystery of Clegghall. Obviously, I did capture the White Lady on a full moon once, and it was absolutely mega, really. I didn't really see what I was capturing, but I had metal detector going off, and obviously I captured what appeared to be a white figure in some kind of white robe. But after last night, I believe it's this body could have been mummified, or not mummified, but obviously had bandages around the body and stuff like that before it was buried. So I believe Arthur's something to do with the deaths, but I can't be sure, like I mentioned. Where does the White Lady fit into this? So I don't know if this is actually the Boggart, what the newspaper clippings talk about. I'm not quite sure, but what I can tell you is that area really is haunted. You know, there's no two ways about it. But it's not haunted all the time. There was different phases of activity at different times. It's better obviously on a full moon as you go up Dyehouse Lane. I'm talking the area I've been investigating. Yeah, it's just off the canal. It's like maybe about 200 yards away, 300 yards away from Clegghall actually. So that's the area I've been investigating for the last 3 years. And obviously there are unmarked graves in this area where people have been buried. I called it like the case, when I first started my case, it was called the Five Lanterns. And this is where there were 5 people buried in unmarked graves. You had the blacksmith who was buried in an unmarked grave. You had the priest, and you had three souls. I think it was 2 daughters and a mother that was buried not far from what used to be the church. It's not a church now. It's like a building now where somebody lives. This area as well is really all part of Rochdale, with having the canal so close by and having the railway track so close by. It's good for energy build up, and when the energy builds up in that area, it's really spooky, to be honest. So last night, like I mentioned, I did a live and I wanted to ask Arthur more of what happened, and you know, any other information that I could extract to see what I could find out, really. So I'm going to show you some footage in a minute, and we're going to, well, not we, but I'm going to obviously show the information that I got from last night. This is probably one of Rochdale's oldest parts of the area, and the actual interesting points that I made was how I've captured throughout so many videos the information, basically. Anyway, enough of me talking. I think I've spoken off for like 6-7 minutes now to try and put my points across. Now I'm going to start to go more in depth, and I'm going to show you the newspaper clippings, and then I'm going to show you more of last night's live, really. If you're on my YouTube channel, you wouldn't have seen any of this. I've got like an half an hour live. I'm not going to show the full half an hour live because I really don't feel that I have to. But I want to show you the highlights of what happened. But first of all, we'll look at the newspaper clippings. I'll tell you what I think, and I'll read the newspaper clippings out to you, and I'll tell you what I'm finding in this area. But yeah, it's something that I don't think I'm going to ever get to the end to. I don't think I'll ever solve this case, but I'll keep attempting. So there's 3 points here that really want to make: is the history of Clegghall, what actually happened, the Clegghall Boggart. We don't actually know if this is the White Lady or not, and Arthur the doll. So if you don't know what a Boggart is, a Boggart's something isolated to a certain area. It's not like it's more like a creature than an actual entity, if you like. It usually comes in some kind of creature form. I've obviously done stuff on Boggarts before. But so what I'm going to do is I'll show you the capture of the White Lady that I caught. I think it was 2022. I'll show you a quick capture of that. I have done stuff on this before and showed people the White Lady before. Also, I've got numerous videos of me speaking to Arthur the doll, and some of the information that I've got from him is really helpful in this case. And then the Clegghall Boggart, like I said, I don't know if that is if that is a White Lady or not. Anyway, I'll let you with these newspaper clippings, and we'll get right into it. So this is the original tale from the article, really, the legendary Clegghall Boggart tale. And it goes to tell you that there was two children that was left in care of the uncle, or we call him the crazy uncle, whilst the father went off to fight in France. It then goes on to tell you that he hoisted them up and then threw them off the balcony, and obviously they plunged to their deaths in the surrounding moat area. So when the father returned, the brother tried to make him the next victim, but the father obviously killed the brother and sent him to his death instead. This is obviously the tale of this Boggart as it unfolds. And it goes on to say that the uncle didn't get rest when he died and is still said to be roaming the halls to this day. And obviously it goes to say that the tale is based around the 13th century, and then obviously it tells you more about the Clegghall itself. From 1818 to 1869 it used to be a pub which were called the Hare and Hounds. I actually didn't know that, and there's actually a spooky story here that goes with the pub, like a little spooky ghost story. And then there was reports of people seeing pale faces through the window, and then obviously the body was supposed to be in a wall, but it was just saying take that as a pinch of salt, which I actually believe. I don't believe that is true, by the way. So Clegghall is now privately owned, and the next video I'm going to show you is the White Lady, the capture of the White Lady. But this story is pretty cool actually. You can just read up about it online. But this is how all this started for me, was like this story. So this is the White Lady, or what I believe is a White Lady. She's obviously dressed in white. She looks like that maybe she's been mummified or whatever. I'm not quite sure. Or it's a white dress she was buried in. She seems to have some kind of lantern in her hand. This was captured in 2022. This when I came down to Dio's Lane on a full moon, which is not far from Clegghall itself. This area, as you just cross over the bridge, I'm actually looking downwards at this time, away from Clegghall, as I capture a floating white figure, what I can only describe as a floating white figure. And this audio, well, you can watch this on my channel. I can leave a link if you really want to see it, but it's at the time the metal detector was going off, and the lights that you see in the distance are not street lights. There was the 5 lanterns on this night, and you can just see in the distance it's like the more or less a far away shot of the original shot of the White Lady. But the lanterns in the sky there that you see, you just see there, them ones are absolutely fantastic because they're not street lights, which is for me personally, that night was mega. This was obviously all captured on a full moon. So this next bit of footage is Arthur the doll, who's buried in the floor, who I'd obviously go and speak to, who I believe is something to do with the uncle. Maybe he was, I'm not quite, I can't get to the bottom of it, and this is what I was trying to do last night. But this is what Arthur looks like really, as he resurrected himself out the floor on this specific night, as he's actually buried. But that's what he looks like. He's got some kind of mark down his face. So I've got videos of us talking back and forward with intelligent replies, and emotional responses as well. I mean, even that there 8.8, that's more than enough. Hi. Arthur, it's me, Basil. You wanna come talk? You do? Wait, come and communicate with me, please, Arthur. I've got the cat balls out. Wait, come and communicate with me, please, Arthur. I've got the cat balls out. 1 second, Arthur.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, yeah. At the minute it is, yeah. Once I stop this. We've got cat ball action there, look. Look. You see it? Ryan. Do you want to come choose some words at the top, Arthur? It might help, yeah? And you can, like, maybe spit one of the words out at the top. Teen. You can say it in that other device if you want. You say a teen in there, yeah?
Mummy.
Mummy. You talking about the white lady? I know what you mean, because I've seen her already.
Yes.
It is, right, yeah. I thought it was, yeah.
Disastrous.
Disastrous. Shit.
Sentence.
Sentence. This cat ball going off now. Talking about that people might be coming. See, that's weird that the cat ball's like going off, yeah. Now they've kind of stopped now. That indeed, yeah, indeed. So it's obviously said indeed, and it's obviously my conversation's being monitored because that's what I mentioned there. The cat balls have stopped now, and obviously whatever's here knew it because it said indeed. Third. So you can see here, yeah, there's obviously been digging at one point because there's always a puddle here, yeah. So obviously the puddle is obviously from when they dug this and put this object in the floor, and you got more cat ball action now. Here comes another train. Child. What year do you think it is, Arthur? Per. What are you talking about now? So it means the orphans, because there was 2 of them, or a pair of them, is in his description. You're on about 2 children, yeah? Is that what you're talking about? You talked about the children who got thrown off the roof. Right, they were orphans, you see. Yeah? You must know they were orphans, right? Include. No, but they were family, yeah? That's what I'm saying. So I really suspect this doll was in the property at this time of the murder when the children were murdered. Yeah, and more cat ball action. Do I do the other one as well? You can do both at the same time if you can.
Kid.
You said about the kid, yeah. So this is another example where the book's actually picking up what happened in the story that I spoke about earlier on from a newspaper clipping. Right, you can stop now. You can stop flashing it. That's it. England. Well, yeah, we're in England. Yeah, this is where we are. We're in Rochdale, actually. It's going off again. So this is a modern day picture of Clegghall, how it looks today, which is a fantastic view when you walk in the canal. It's a really lovely building, to be honest, as you walk past. This next picture is what it used to look like, and what's really interesting, we just don't know what happened back in the day, in the 13th century and the 14th century. This is another picture of what it looks like inside. You can see the windows; they're almost the same. And the next picture was what I believe what the tunnels used to look like. So I believe this area had tunnels right by the entrance. They look like bin sheds now, but this is what I believe they look like. And they went to the factory, or the textile factory at one point. That's where the exit was. You can see the entrance and the exit if you look hard enough. The entrance are like some wheelie bin thingies now, like some wheelie bin sheds, and the exits near the textile factory in the fields. And the last picture I'm going to show you is a balcony where the children were obviously thrown off to the deaths. You can see the door that's obviously boarded up, but that's the original balcony where the original story comes from, the actual Clegghall Boggart. But I think it's a little bit exaggerated in some formats, as I'd expect, because it's been passed down from so many generations. I can only go on the evidence I'm capturing, and some of it does marry up, of course it does, but some of it's a bit far-fetched, especially when you start talking about bodies in the walls. But either way, it's a fantastic story of Rochdale.